Hey guys, my name is TheEpicAlec. Happy Friday and welcome to Dustland Delivery. I have no idea where my webcam is going to end up on the screen. Is it over here? Is it over there? I have no idea. But I figured now that we are officially in June, assuming I scheduled this correctly, that seemed like a fitting game because this is where we're heading. Let's just start the game before I start crying. The Dustlands are a weird and wild place. Safe travels on the... Okay, sure. We're just gonna do the tutorial and hope for the best. You have arrived in driving school, a driving school for prospective Dustland truckers, where your dreams begin. Where you'll learn how to make deliveries in a land filled with maniacs and monsters. I'm ready to go. Really? You're ready to go? You haven't even started your truck, champ. Now go buy some fuel and start your truck. Okay. Fuel. How do I buy 500 units of fuel then start your store? Buy. $500. Confirm. Start truck. Okay. Great. Now assess your driving skills by driving to a nearby city. Open the map, then right click to set a waypoint. Okay. Here? I guess. Head to Machagua. Is that... Yeah, that's the right thing. Okay. Am I just leave city? Hello? Set out. There we go. I'm stupid. I have no idea where to put my webcam. Oh, that seems like a mistake, but I did it anyway. Saving data, do not quit the game. Okay. Cool, this is really simple and nice. So far. I have no ammo. I've only got 5 tires for a 12-wheeler. Machagua. You have arrived in Machagua, situated at the foot of a snow-capped mountain. This city uses its ample water to grow rice. Understood. Okay. Courier has begun to like Machagua. Fascinating. I got experience. Impressive. Well, not really. He drove down a straight road across a flat plain. Anyways, let's move on to the next task. As you can see, the city of Machagua produces nothing but food. As a result, the rations here are dirt cheap. Over to the west is Tyreton, an industrial city that produces tires. They can sell tires for cheap, but with all their workers, they've always got a shortage of food. See where I'm going with this? We buy a ton of rations in Machagua, sell the rations in Tyreton, buy tires in Tyreton, then sell those tires back here. Yeah, okay. Remember, buy rations in Machagua and sell them in Tyreton, then buy tires from Tyreton and sell them in Machagua. Once you're done, come back to me. Here's some scrap to get you started. You're using me to make money, aren't you? Fine, I don't see any issue with this. So, how much money do I have? Okay, so I'm buying all this with scrap. So let's buy 10, 16, 33 rations. And then we're going to head over to Tyreton. Nope. Hang on. Reset. So we'll do that and then that. Okay. Do I need fuel? If I do, good fucking luck because I have nothing. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba, we're driving. Crew fatigued. Your crew has become fatigued. You can rest or reduce your fatigue by a moderate amount or set up a camp and sleep to reduce it by a ton. Okay. Thank you for that. We're not that far, though. So we can rest in Tyreton. I think. Your crew's exhausted. Never mind. My fault. Okay, so we'll rest. For a bit. Okay, that should be good. Now we'll depart again. Tyreton, you have arrived in Tyreton. The city grows rubber plants to fuel its flourishing tire industry. Okay, cool. Wait, where are the plants? I can't see shit right now. Okay, so we'll sell... How many do I have? We will sell 25 of them. Boom. And then we'll buy all of their tires. Why not? I can't get fuel here. Map. We shall now reset. Boop, boop. Okay. Can I, like, rest here? It doesn't seem like I can, so I have to rest specifically on the road. There's, like, no hotels here or anything. I understand. Wait. If I leave the city, do I rest out here? I rest out here. I gotcha. Okay. So I'm gonna wait for this weather to pass. There we go. Now we'll depart. I'm a genius. Is that a zombie? Courier ate rations. Well, I'd hope so. He does need to eat. I'm going to assume that I put my webcam, like, right there above the waypoint. You have arrived in Machagua, situated at... Yeah. So we will sell tires here. We'll sell 28 tires. Confirm. Okay. That should make the instructor happy. What? Click the instructor button. I do. I didn't realize I was giving you money. My fault. Okay. Great job, the instructor says as you watch him move the scrap from your truck to his. You've learned how to make a buck in the Dustlands. Now get. You've got a whole wide world waiting for you. Fine. Okay. We'll head over here to the Haggard Plains. And watch as we die, because I do not feel properly prepared. Starting character. Oh, shit. Okay. Recluse Performer. Lone Wolf, Recluse, Homophile. Gain stress more slowly when a trucker of the same gender is in your crew. Wow, okay. Heavy Drinker. Robot. What's wrong with Robot? Cannot become hungry. Must drink fuel to reduce fatigue. Uses scrap to heal wounds. Okay. Interesting. Mutant. I think I will probably just go with the basic runner. Confirm. Okay. And so it begins. Until today, you were just another ordinary Dustlander, a small-time merchant in Valleyville. It was a simple life, but a comfortable one. And you never saw the Dustlands with the cynicism others seem to. Looking out into a vast world you had hardly set foot in. You saw opportunity and adventure, an unknown waiting to be known. One day you decided you weren't going to waste any more time, and sold all your worldly possessions to buy a truck. You've just picked up your truck from a dealership outside the city. Now it's time to return to Valleyville to get the rest of your belongings. Okay, visit Valleyville. Where am I? So this is Valleyville. We'll head there. Depart. You have guns in your inventory but haven't equipped them. Oh, hang on. Not long after setting out, you remember a story an old-timer once told you about some hapless trucker who got so tired while driving through the Dustlands that he fell asleep in the middle of a plague zone. The infected didn't let him sleep for very long. You think it might be wise to hire some help once you get to the city. Okay. Yeah, sure. So I have to... Alright, hang on. So where's my inventory? You have guns in your inventory, but you haven't equipped them. Don't bring a knife to a gunfight. Head to the character screen to equip them now. Okay. We'll give you a beanie. Gun. Musket. Yeah. I won't equip the dog yet. Depart for the city now. You have arrived in Valleyville, a large city in the central Dustlands, a lawful place with abundant resources and well-built amenities. Okay, after good first impression. Okay, we're good. Arriving in Valleyville, you withdraw the remainder of your scrap. It should be enough to get you started. You also discover that you've inherited 2 land deeds, one in Tyrannus and one in Starlight City. They've been gathering dust for so long that you're not even sure which ancestor left them to you. You figure that these deeds are your birthright, so you might as well try to claim them. Okay. Acquired cores. What are cores for? Okay, so I need... No. No. Bar. Here we go. Scavenger. I could interact with the robot. Runner saw service unit for the first time. Runner knows them, but not very well. What do you want to do with them? Can I recruit the robot? Confirm. Your speech is too low. You utterly failed to strike up a conversation. Okay, well. Labor market. Yeah, so... Okay, Hannah. What is my task? I have to hire somebody, right? Adding more truckers to your crew will make traveling a lot safer. So I just need a crew member. Let's chat with this person. No one knows this person. What's their deal? Can I recruit you? Civitas relation -10. Sure. Crew intellect +1. There's strength in numbers. If you have 2 people taking turns driving, you won't have to stop to rest as often. Okay. Cool. We'll give you a melee club. An electrician hard hat. Sociable Stinky. Chance to be kicked out when entering an inn. Damn it. And City Slicker. Stress greatly increases when outside a city and gradually reduces when in a city. Okay. Interesting. So I chose the worst person, is what I'm hearing. So Reedville. That's Tyrannus. Root Town. Starlight City is over here. Okay. So we'll hit up Reedville. Wait, hang on. Reset. Let's do this, then that, and that, that. Boom, boom, boom. Boom. And then boom. This seems reasonable to me. Okay. What do I need? Store. Let's... How much do I have? I have 1,500. How much fuel do I have? 1884. I should be good on that. They need... Okay. Flour. Okay, let's buy flour to sell at Reedville. Where's flour? Flour. Buy. Let's buy 1,000 worth of flour. Close enough. Confirm. And we'll sell all of that. And then we have med kits. We've got rations, which is 32 days of fuel. Okay, I think we're good to go. Yeah, let's depart now. Runner started talking about Valleyville. Intellectual has heard of Valleyville, but has no strong feelings about it either way. Virtue divergence. The difference between your crew's virtue levels is too high. This disparity may result in disastrous consequences when making certain event decisions. Okay. That's concerning. The supply cache is as good as new. After all, what kind of maniac would go digging in the dirt out in the wastelands? Require 500 scrap. Okay, so we'll rest a bit. And then we will... depart again. Craft. What is crafting? Ooh. Fascinating. First encounter with infected traveler. Runner gained 118 experience. Okay. You spotted an infected watching you from a distance. He seems surprisingly coherent and non-hostile.
Hey, he hollers. Y'all got any food or clothing? I'll pay premium.
Yeah, I don't got any of that. Leave. Goodbye. Reedville. You have arrived in Reedville. In the middle of this town lies a small pond, lush, seemingly connected to an aquifer. The pond, lush with reeds, is probably the most interesting thing about the place. Okay. Runner doesn't like Reedville as much as they used to. When you roll into town, an older gentleman waves you down.
Are you folks also couriers?
He jogs up to the window of your cab.
I've got a shipment here for the next town over, but my trailer's full up. Could you do me a huge favor and deliver it for me?
You'd trust a total stranger with this.
Hey, we're all peers, aren't we? Why even be in this business if you can't trust your fellows?
Sure. What do you need us to do? Deliver fuel.
Nothing too complicated, just deliver these tanks of fuel over to the town next door. I'd make 2 trips, but I really need to get moving. Thanks again. I'll be sure to reward you next time I see you.
Okay. Head to Crew Town. Is that where I'm already heading? That's already where I'm heading. Fantastic. So what is going on here? Attributes. Let's increase your speech. I have a feeling I'll need that. And then I will increase your speech as well. Why not? You seem very smart, but not great with people. We'll equip the hunting dog. Okay. Work and set up stall. That's interesting. Right, so I was going to sell the flour that I got. Confirm. Sold flour. Let's see. Where am I heading next? I'm heading to a landfill to salvage for a bit. And then they need tire, fruit, and rubber. Which is something you do not have at all. Oh wait, you do have fruit. So let's buy 50 fruit. And we'll get a couple energy bars. And a water purifier. That seems smart. I'll buy a little bit of liquor. We can sell that. Okay. CB radio. What's that? Cancel. Okay. Let's just depart. I don't want to know what happens if I honk my horn now. It was so loud in the tutorial, I don't dare ask what happens in the middle of it. The guy who asked you to deliver this fuel didn't even leave his contact info. A sinister thought crosses your mind. We should keep our word. Yeah, how could you even think of doing something like that? Tisk tisk. Crew Virtue 1. You have arrived in El Tufo landfill. This place is filled with unwanted detritus. After your first impression, has begun to like this. Search. Search carefully. Found scrap 126. Found pre-fall material 2, 10 iron, 2 mystery liquid, 4 leather, 2 foil, 12 pig iron. Alright. Simple enough. Let's get out of here now. Leonard started talking about service unit. Intellectual doesn't know. Okay, that's fair. You know, let's, Oh, first encounter with tornado. Let's keep driving. Miraculously, the tornado changes course. Okay, you know, so... Yeah, let's set out. You have arrived in Crude Town. This town takes its name from a pre-fall oil well, which continues to produce small amounts of crude oil to this day. Alright. When you arrive at Crude Town to deliver the fuel, the man from earlier is already waiting for you at the gate.
See, I knew I could trust you. Like I said, we're all peers.
He chuckles heartily.
I actually only need half of the fuel. The rest of it is your reward.
Before you can ask his name or how he got here before you, he's gone. Weird, but okay. Acquired 600 fuel. Kindness works in the Mad Max world, I guess. Alright, what do we got with you? Let's increase your cooking. Why not? Store. What was I going to sell here? Ah, yes, the fruit that I got. I'm going to sell 45 of it. A trader from the Tyrannus faction interrupts you. They're planning to sell the same goods as you. Will you let them go ahead of you? Note, the city is controlled by the Tyrannus faction. Green, sure. Politely step aside. The store owner welcomes them, and they give you a nod of thanks. +2. Okay. Let's try that again, shall we? Shit. Well, that's not actually too bad. So, I've got 2,300 fuel. I've still got 48 water. We don't drink that much water, apparently. Let's buy some clothing. We'll buy 5, I guess. That might not have been the smartest thing. Where am I heading next? I am heading to Tyrannus. They need salt, sugar, beer, bread, seasoning, pre-fall electronics, squab, pheasant, quail, rabbit. Okay. Well, makes sense that you guys wouldn't have that, actually. Let's work. What happens if we work? Come back after you've rested and eaten. Okay, so let's leave the city. Let's camp. And sleep. Kitchen. Let's cook. Bread, pork, vegetables. Cook. What does that make? You made normal pork chop sandwich. Okay. You eat that. And you eat the pork chop sandwich, because why not? Okay, so back to city. Now we work. Let's work at the repair shop. After a hard day's work, you each take home a salary of 250 scrap. Fantastic. You managed to pick up some engineering know-how. Okay, cool. Let's go ahead and leave city. And let's depart for Tyrannus. I started talking about Reeville. Intellectuals, there's no strong feelings about it either way. It's spring. Intellectual started talking about Runner. Runner heard someone talking about them glowing terms. Their opinion of intellectual is raised by 24. Airplane camp. You spotted a crashed airplane. Somebody seems to have made a camp out of the wreckage. Ignore them. It doesn't seem smart to go interact with them. You have arrived in Tyrannus, a large city located in the middle of the Dustland. Some say it stood here long before society fell to pieces. After the fall, military peacekeeping forces garrisoned the city and built defenses here, preparing for an onslaught by infected hordes. Now, the city is run by democratically elected government. A democratically elected government. Understood, okay. Bad first impression. Okay. You've arrived in the bustling city of Tyrannus. You should find the mayor if you want to claim your deed. Let's go see this mayor. The mayor is a middle-aged man in an old military uniform. His face is weathered with deep-set wrinkles, but his eyes are as sharp as a younger man's. The scuttlebutt back in Valleyville has it that he was born before the fall. You've also heard that the city's been facing some sort of crisis. Lost in thought, the mayor finally notices you're present. I'll state our business. After hearing why you're there, the mayor invites you to sit with a warm but professional smile. As he looks over your deed, his smile turns into a frown. This looks authentic enough, but it's far too old to be valid. Normally, we'd compensate you with cash, but I'm afraid the city's finances have fallen on some hard times. So you're cheating us out of our land. Come on, kid, it's not like that. There's things going on here that you don't understand, alright? Okay. Cool. So no land there for us. Let's increase our attack. So now we just have to head to Starlight City. Oh my god. You need to get the city to compensate you for your deed. The land's worth tens of thousands of scrap, enough to eat, drink, and make merry for a lifetime. Trade. If the city's really facing a financial crisis, maybe you could work out some sort of deal. You help out the city and the mayor gives you your land. You help us? Though the mayor looks skeptical, you can tell he's seriously considering your proposal. Fine. One of our main problems is our lovely neighbor, the city of Civitas. We have to pay them an extortionate service fee every month, or else they send raiders to steal everything that isn't nailed down. I don't know why I gave him this voice. So what do you want us to do? The thing that really worries me is their timing. They always raid us when our guard's down, like when the sentries are changing shifts. The only explanation that I can think of is that there's a mole in the city. Before we do anything else, we need to find out who they are. Any suspects? Most of the people in the city are old friends of mine. Folks I fought and bled with since before the fall. The only newcomers I can think of are that mother and her son living by the city gate, the pawnbroker, that one gambler at the bar, and the new librarian. Any other leads? I've got a friend who works as a chef up in SM City. He came to me about 6 months ago, told me he had info about a mole in my city. Civitas wasn't even on my radar at the time, so I chalked it up to his overactive imagination. But it sounds like he might have been right. Alright, that's all we need to know. Best of luck. If you're really able to help us out, there'll be scrap and cores in it for you. Fascinating. Drink. Okay, let's head into the bar. Get a standard room. Okay. Let's find this mole then. Let's check out the mother and son first. Actually, no. Let's check out the bar gambler. You can smell the drunk on this man from across the bar. Despite this unbearable stench, you take a seat across from him. Well, you're looking stressed out, champ. Why not take your mind off things with a game? You need some information. Nothing in this life's free. You want anything out of me, you gotta be me. The drunk gambler hums a jaunty tune as he takes his dice out of their pouch. The rules are simple. You roll higher, you win. Okay. Let me guess. Rigged dice. 40 scrap. You lose. The gambler merely sorts away his winnings. Want to go again? 40 scrap. You lose. 40. You win. The gambler looks none too happy, but begrudgingly hands you your winnings. You ask him about the mole.
The mole? Yeah, I know a thing or two. Mind you, I spend most of my time in here, so I don't know the specifics, but I do know that the mole's a woman.
How do you know?
I was out by the gate one night, answering the call of nature, when I saw some civilized guys being all sneaky like. I figured they were casing the place for a score, but then I saw a woman come out and hand them something. A map, I think. That's gotta be the mole, right?
Okay. So, he's pointing at a woman. Thanks for the info. See you around. We're not going to outright accuse him yet. So, he's accusing a woman. Let's check out the pawnbroker. You arrive at a small pawn shop in the city. Pawnbroker regards you with utter indifference. Let's chat. Pawnbroker narrows his eyes at you. We think you're the mole, I guess. The pawnbroker responds to your accusation with absolute apathy. You continue to monologue at him as you slowly realize that you don't have any evidence. Okay, let's just buy something. What can we buy? Ooh, okay, yeah. I can set myself up for success over here. They need ration, wood, dried vegetables, salt, pork, and dried chicken. Okay. They also need salt. Okay. Let's go back to trying to find the mole. Let's talk to the librarian. The librarian is a young woman, neatly and elegantly dressed, quietly reading at her desk. She seems to have a pre-fall air about her. Let's chat. She has the grace, erudition, and even temperament one would expect of a librarian. You spend a while chatting with her, not even realize how much time has flown by. Interesting. Let's talk to the mother and son. You find a mother living with her son in the slums near the city gate. They look sallow and unwell, like they haven't eaten in a long time. Alms for the poor. My son and I have barely ate since we were kicked out of SM City. They look too hungry to be doing much espionage, but that same hunger will be a compelling motive to sell out the city. Okay. We think you're the mole. Librarian listens quietly as you lay out your accusation. You go increasingly red-faced as you realize you don't have enough evidence. Okay, so you're really pushing me towards the mother and son, huh? You argue with her for a while, but you realize you don't have much concrete evidence. Okay, so what do you want from me here? Do I just chat with them again? Chat? Nope. Chat? Nope. Like, I can't get more information. What am I missing? Well, hunt, you need to find the mole in Tyrannus, who's been leaking info to Civitas if there even is one. What did you get yourself into? Head to Tyrannus, click the Find Mole button. So I'm here, I'm clicking the Find Mole button, and nothing. Ask again about the mole. We think that you're the mole. Gamber smiles innocently and takes a swig of his drink. I really am confident that it's the bar gambler. Especially because he pointed us in the direction of a 50-50 and we can't do anything else. You're the mole, aren't you? Didn't I just tell you that the mole's a woman? You don't believe me? That's your business. You argue with him for a while, but eventually you realize you should probably get her. How do I gather more evidence? Alright, I have no idea how to gather more evidence, so I'm going to And it's been 40 minutes already, so I'm going to leave this episode of Dustland Delivery here. If you like what you saw, hit that like button. If you're new here and you want to see more content from me in general, hit that subscribe button. I don't care if you hit the bell. If you have any idea of what I'm supposed to be doing here, because I'm stupid, let me know down in the comment section below. And if you want to see more Dustland Delivery, let me know in the comment section down below as well. If you want to follow me on any of my other social medias, Instagram, Twitter, you want to follow my Twitch account, or join my subreddit, links are all in the description down below. And yeah, I'll see you guys later.